There are 24 million gardens in the UK, covering an area of land bigger than all our nature reserves combined. As such, we've got huge potential to change the way we use our land to make it better for nature. This month, I'm going to be creating a wildflower patch in my garden, and hopefully creating more habitat for wildlife to thrive. Afternoon, Phil.
Hi, James.
So what are you working on here?
Clearing this old fruit garden. It was lots of overgrown fruit bushes full of nettles and weeds, so we're clearing it all out, seeing what we can get so we can start again.
And is it this time of year that you tend to do that then?
Yeah, normally you would do that this time of the year. These bushes have now become dormant for the winter. They were covered in fruit. The birds have had all the fruit, more so than we have. It's a good time to move them as well. Autumn's traditionally when you move fruit bushes and trees and shrubs.
So this week we're going to be creating a wildflower patch in my garden. So is there anywhere you can take me to here at Bickley?
Well, we've got an area just around the corner, just over your shoulder, that we intend to use for a wildflower meadow next year. I haven't cleared it yet, but I can certainly show you what we're going to do with it.
With Phil's help, I'm pretty sure I can turn my garden into a wildflower patch in no time at all. So this is a little bit like my garden at the moment then, isn't it?
It's very simple, yes.
Yeah, so mine's been growing for a few months. It's got loads of wildlife. Obviously we want to make it a bit better in terms of biodiversity. So how do we go about doing that?
Well, what we're going to do with this is cut it all back, cut it really short as we can get it. And then we'll rough the ground up a bit and then we'll put some wildflower seeds in it. But we won't do that until next spring.
So step one, cut the grass.
Cut the grass short as you can.
And then step two, turn it over.
We're going to turn it over because we can. You don't have to. If you cut the grass very short, you could probably just rake it really hard and get a lot of soil to come through the grass. But because we can, we're going to turn it over.
And then that last step is just to put that meadow mix on, isn't it?
Put the meadow mix down, keep it watered, don't let it dry out. Hopefully we'll get a fantastic meadow next year.
So now I know how to create it. My big question is why? Why should I give up part of my lawn to create a wildflower patch? To find out, I'm going to talk to area manager Joe Pimlett to find out about the work he does creating meadows in Cheshire. So you're working on a pollinating Cheshire scheme at the moment, which is about restoring wildflower meadows?
Exactly, yeah. So I'm working with private landowners throughout Cheshire to create wildflower-rich habitat on their farms.
And what's the current situation then in Cheshire?
Alarming, if I'm honest. Since the 1930s, we've lost an estimated 97% of species-rich grassland nationally. In a Cheshire context, it's probably even worse. We're in an agriculturally improved county, and we've estimated that we've lost about 99% in Cheshire.
So why is it important then that we restore these areas?
Well, wildflower-rich grassland is, prime habitat for our pollinating insects. They require flowers to be flowering from the spring all the way through the summer and into the autumn, so they've got a food supply. So if you think about things like bumblebees, hoverflies, and butterflies, they all require flower-rich habitats. Also, possibly more importantly, without these pollinating insects, without wild pollinators, we're likely to see quite a significant decrease in agricultural crop yields.
And then what can we do at home then to help encourage these species?
So I think everybody can play a part in providing more pollinator-rich habitat, irrespective of the size of land that you've got. If you've got a small parcel of a small garden, you can sow wildflower-friendly plants, plants which produce lots of pollen and nectar for invertebrates. If you've got a slightly bigger plot, you could create a micro meadow, or if you're operating at a smallholder level or a farm basis, you could look at taking an entire field out of production and sowing a wildflower meadow on a much bigger scale.
So now I know what to do and why I should be doing it. I just need to get to work, so hopefully it shouldn't take me too long. So as we saw last month, the grass was absolutely full of grasshoppers, and there's probably more insects in there as well. But what's going to happen soon is we'll have the first frost of the year, and then the temperature's going to plummet after that, which means that those insects aren't going to survive. So now's a great time to sort of prepare the garden, because those insects are going to die off naturally anyway. So what's fantastic about the grasshoppers is they've already laid their eggs in the ground. So even though I cut the grass, it's not going to affect them next year. Those eggs should be in the ground and they'll lie dormant until about spring, and the little young hoppers will start to come out of the ground and hopefully repopulate my new wildflower patch. So there is a reason I'm clearing all the grass. If I don't do this, essentially the grass will outcompete all the wildflower seeds, so they'll get smothered and they won't grow. I'm going to do this in sort of two stages. I want to sort of just do the front part first, and then that'll give time for any sort of wildlife that is remaining to move further back into the garden, and it won't sort of destroy all the habitat. cleared all the grass now, and all that's left to do is to turn the ground over. So I'm going to use a gardening fork and get to it. Gardening for one day. And there we have it, the first frost of the year.